Good afternoon, everyone. This is Siddharth Verma, and I am working at Master Capital Services Limited as a trainer. So, welcome everyone to the latest episode of our exclusive webinar series, StreetXperts. So, today we have an exciting session on trading in BSE Sensex, Bankex, and single stock derivatives. So, our guest expert for this session is Ms. Ritu Gupta, Manager BDM North at BSE. So I'll be handing over the call to Ms. Ritu Gupta. And another thing which I want to add on is we will be having a Q&A session at the end of this presentation, which would be led by Ms. Ritu. And if you have any questions, so please note it down. You can either use your Q&A box, chat box, or also if you have any question and you want to speak, you can raise your hand and we will allow you to speak. So hand over to you, Ms. Ritu.
Thank you very much, Siddharth. First of all, I'll like to thank you to Nanda ji, to entire team, to Rakesh and everybody who has arranged this session. Our main purpose for the arranging the session is that, as everyone is knowing, last 1.5 years, BSE has done many changes in terms of the product, in terms of related to indices, related to the product, related to the contract specifications, and many new things. So we wanted to communicate to each and everybody so that they should be aware of what is happening to the market, and what are the opportunities they can have it. Explaining to the client ki, yeah, these are the changes where they can actually let them trade to the market. So coming up with the coming up with the presentation, I'll share the presentation, and I want the session to be very productive, because until and unless you won't be interacting to me, until unless you won't be asking to me, because you are the front of the clients, because you would be communicating to the clients, you would be making them understand about the product and letting them trade into this market. To start with a presentation, as we know, BSE is one of the oldest exchange. I need not to brief you about BSE. You don't need to brief about the indices also, because when we talk about Bankex, it is the much older product. Market understands this product very well, because जब भी हम बात करें इसकी, जब भी हम बात करते मार्केट, तो लोग उसको हमेशा सेंसेक्स से रिलेट करते हैं. सेंसेक्स कितना चल रहा है? तो earlier people were not trading into this indices, but still people understand the indices. वो हमेशा ही सेंसेक्स का लेवल्स पूछते हैं, मार्केट को अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं. जब भी वो ट्रेड करते हैं, निफ्टी में भी देखिए कि सेंसेक्स कितना चल रहा है या निफ्टी कितना चल रहा है, बिकॉज मैं आपको आगे डेटा शेयर करूंगी हाउ द सेंसेक्स एंड हाउ द निफ्टी कोरिलेटेड, व्हाट इज द कोरिलेशन, व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज कोरिलेशन विद दिस प्रोडक्ट. To start with, अगर हम बात करते हैं कि the changes what BSE has done last year. To start with the changes, we have started the change in equity segment. Cash segment में हमने change किया in terms of the tick size. As you were aware कि जो जितने भी stocks हैं, if people are trading into the BSE market, till 15 rupees तक के stocks में there was a 1 paise tick size, but BSE has changed it from 15 to 100 up to 100 rupees stocks prices to the stock prices. Our main purpose of doing the changes is that कि जितने भी छोटे stocks हैं and जितने भी F&O के highly liquid stocks हैं, because as you all are aware, in both exchanges all the stocks are being traded. BSE में अलग stocks, NSE में अलग stocks trade, and everybody is aware interoperability is there, common clearing is there. So abhi there's no difference, there's no problem if any of the client is trading into the one exchange or any of the client is trading into the other exchange. Any of the client can take position in BSE and they can square off in NSE. Any of the client can trade in BSE and they can square off the position wherever they're getting the best of the opportunity. So main purpose ये है कि जो भी F&O के stocks हैं, if any of the client is trading into a small stock up to the 100 rupees, they can trade into the BSE also, because यहाँ पे जो BSE ने first initiative to reduce the tick size from 5 paise to 1 paise to get the advantage for the betterment, for the giving the opportunity to the client. तो जिस भी क्लाइंट को ट्रेड करना रहता है, सो इफ एनी ऑफ द क्लाइंट वांट टू ट्रेड इन any of the stocks less than 100, so they can trade with a better pricing in the BSE exchange or wherever they are getting the best of the price, because it is up to the dealers, it is up to the person who is communicating to the client to make them understand where they are getting the best of the price to let the trade get. So this is the first change what BSE has done initially in March 2023. The other main change what BSE has done, as we know, the whole industry, the whole capital market domain is trading into the index product. Derivative में सबसे ज़्यादा trade होता है, whether it be a Sensex or whether it be a Nifty or whether it be a Bank Nifty or whether it be a Bankex. So BSE ने जो changes किए, what BSE has done, the major changes, it was the first exchange which has changed the expiry day from Thursday to Friday. Traditionally, if we talk about the expiry of the product, it was always a Thursday expiry product. Initially की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो जब changes नहीं BSE ने किए थे इस product में, because we have revived the product. It was not like that कि हमने ये नया product market में launch किया है. Product जो Sensex and Bankex. Earlier also it was into the BSE, it was traded, but the volume and the depth was not there because इसमें लोग ट्रेड ही नहीं करते थे. तो on the basis of the feedback of the market, on the basis of the feedback of the community, what BSE has done, the most important change, we have done the change of expiry day from Thursday की जगह हमने इसको Friday को किया. Why we have done the change? The main purpose of doing the change is that we have never done the competition with the other competitor. We want to give the other opportunity to the market, ताकि जितने भी clients आपके ट्रेड करते हैं थर्सडे के दिन इंडाइसेस में एक्सपायरी के बाद, they can take the position into the same indices product into the other exchange. तो जो भी क्लाइंट आपके निफ्टी में ट्रेड करते हैं एंड दे कैन ट्रेड इनटू द सेंसेक्स विद अ बेटर वॉलेटिलिटी एंड विद अ बेटर कंस्टिट्यूएंट ऑफ दिस प्रोडक्ट. As we know, Nifty and the Sensex have the 99% correlation. The other main changes what we have done is that we have changed the lot size from 15 to 10 का lot size. Earlier what was there कि जो Sensex का lot size था, it was the 15 lot size. Now with the change we have reduced from 15 to 10 in order to reduce the margin, because client can trade into this product, because जब भी मार्केट में लोग क्लाइंट के पास ट्रेड करवाने के लिए जाते हैं या बताते हैं अपॉर्चुनिटी, तो क्लाइंट ऑलवेज वांट कि उसके कम से कम खर्चे में दे कैन ट्रेड इनटू दिस प्रोडक्ट. BSE हैज डन द इनिशिएटिव कि आप वही प्रोडक्ट इंडाइस जो लाख सवा लाख के मार्जिन में काम करवाते हो, विद द सेम इंडाइसेस यू कैन ट्रेड इनटू द सेंसेक्स प्रोडक्ट. Same with the Bankex, we have reduced the lot size from 20 to 15 ka lot size. We'll share you the presentation in which each and every detail would be there. And as I've discussed, we have the better volatility compared to the other indices. Why? अगर हम निफ्टी के 50 stocks हैं which drag the indices, same में अगर हम बात करते हैं अगर सेंसेक्स की, we have the 30 stocks. तो जब भी मार्केट में कोई न्यूज आती है, यू विल सी द बेटर वॉलेटिलिटी कंपेयर टू द अदर इंडाइसेस. जब भी निफ्टी से ज्यादा वॉलेटाइल यू कैन सी इनटू द सेंसेक्स इंडाइसेस. वी हैव द क्रॉस मार्जिन बेनिफिट. जो भी क्लाइंट आपके, यू कैन पिच टू द क्लाइंट कि जो भी क्लाइंट आपके सेंसेक्स में काम करते हैं या निफ्टी में काम करते हैं, तो यू कैन मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड कि अगर अगर आप पोजीशन लेते हो सेंसेक्स एंड निफ्टी एंड सेम विद द बैंकेक्स एंड बैंक निफ्टी, you will get the cross margin benefit. You don't have to pay the 100% margin because the position is hedged. And I have told you that we have the high correlation, as in Nifty with Sensex, we have 99.9% correlation. And with Bankex and Bank Nifty, we have also 99.9% correlation. And the most important thing, if we come to the costing perspective, the BSE is taking zero transaction charges into the future segment. While in option, we are taking 1/10 of the charges की बात करते हैं as what the client need to trade into this product with a better volatile. Secondly, we should have the proper liquidity and depth, and the last is the कि जितना से जितना उसकी कम costing हो सके, so that they can do the churning easy, they can enter and exit the product easily. So all these three components we are giving it into this product. The only thing that required is that you need to put the whatever the rate is coming, and you need to see the movement. You need yourself to convince with the products, so that you can educate the client about this product and the opportunities. Coming up with the indices detail, BSE Sensex, we have the exposure of 12 sectors, comparing with the Nifty, which is having the 14 sectors. Here we don't have the chemical and service sector, which have the very lower constituent in the weightage contribution. As I have told you, we have the very high correlation with the other indices. Top stocks contribute almost 66% of the BSE Sensex weightage, as compared to the 57% in Nifty 50. I'll share you all the stocks detail. And Bankex, if we talk about Bankex, we have the 10 stocks comparing to the 12 stocks into the Bank Nifty. And if I talk about the Bankex weightage contribution, to all the top banks, ICICI, HDFC, Axis, SBI, which have the higher weightage or in terms of a contribution, is there into the BSE Bankex. Top 5 stocks contribute almost 88% in the BSE Bankex weightage, as compared to the 80% in the Bank Nifty. And volatility, as compared to the other indices, we have the better volatility in terms of the opportunity, in terms of the trading. These are the major constituents which I discussed with you. Financial sectors having the weightage of 7.78%. Information technology have the higher weightage in terms of the movement of this indices, having a contribution of financial sectors, information technology sectors, oil, gas, and consumable fuels, fast moving, and automobiles. So you will see the same, in terms of the weightage, there might be a slightly little bit difference. This is the 5 sectors which have the higher constituent in weightage in both. I hope I am audible, Siddharth.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes. So these are the sectors. Next slide, we are moving to the yes, sure. This is the performance comparison benchmark of what we have compared with the last 10 years historical data. As I told you, because many of the people are saying, how to trade into the Sensex product, because already the clients are trading into the Nifty. But on the basis of a comparison, on the basis of the charting, on the basis of the technical, you can educate to the client. The constituent is almost same, the weightage is almost same, and if I talk about the correlation, the correlation with both the product is 99.91%. So if any of the client is trading into the Nifty with the same strategy, they can trade into the Sensex product. So this is not the new product that you need to understand from the basics of the market. This would be the movement of the Sensex would be same as a Nifty. Whatever the factors which would be affecting to this Nifty would be the same, would be affecting to the Sensex. So the strategies would be almost initially when we are meeting to the members, when we are meeting to the clients, what was happening, because they don't have the Sensex data, historical data. So while devising the strategies, they were using the same strategy what they were using for the other indices. Next slide. So we have actually initially, while launching this product, we have kept the logo so that in order to have the understanding, in order for the remembrance, we have kept it Think Friday and Think Sensex. Why we have kept this slogan? so that people should remember it. Friday, Thursday, whatever the position they square off with the client, they can take the position, they can have the additional opportunity for the client while trading into the Friday expiry product. And as we know, clients are also very much interested in trading into not to the traditional product, but to the weekly expiry product. Because as we see the volumes what are coming into the weekly expiry product is higher comparatively to the trading into the traditional, that is a monthly expiry product. So client also want to have whatever the fund is lying on the with the brokers, that should give them additional opportunity. The no client will deny कि नहीं आप मेरा trade is indices में मत करो. Only thing is that we need to make them aware, we need to make them understand about the product, we need to send the screenshot, the what is happening into this product, if any of the data is coming, if any of the research, because all the members are very much active. Because अगर हम सेंसेक्स की लास्ट 1 ईयर की जर्नी की बात करते हैं, because 15th May we have relaunched this product. Initially, if I talk about the journey when we have started, no members were active in the BSE derivative product. In terms of the backends of the technology, when we compare the last 1 year journey, Sensex has become the household product of the capital market domain. Everybody understand the product, everybody want to trade into this product. Though it has not yet reached to the client very far as in terms of the other indices, but yes, in terms of the terminal activation, in terms of the UCC activation, in terms of the member activation, BSC has BSC volume has increased much higher level what we have started on the first day expiry. तो अगर हम टर्मिनल की बात करें, यूसीसी वी हैव स्टार्टेड विद 50 यूसीसी. आप समझ सकते हो 50 यूसीसी से हमने फर्स्ट एक्सपायरी में स्टार्ट किया था. But now if we talk about the UCC, how the client traded into the BSC is approx 14 to 15 lakh UCC, which is being traded into the BSC exchange platform. Only in last one and a half year, अगर हम बात करते तो अभी जुलाई चल रहा है, which we have started last year, that is on May. अगर हम टर्मिनल एक्टिवेशन की बात करते हैं तो ऑल मेंबर्स आर एक्टिव, ऑल प्रो मेंबर्स, ऑल टेक्निकल मेंबर्स आर एक्टिव, जो एचएफटीज मेंबर्स आर एक्टिव, ऑल रिटेल मेंबर्स आर एक्टिव. अगर हम बात करते हैं मास्टर्स का, मास्टर कैपिटल का, तो मास्टर का आपका मोबाइल ऐप लाइव है, your dealer terminal is live. Any of the client want to trade online, they can trade here. So only अगर किसी भी को कहीं भी इश्यू आता है in terms of they're not able to trade their client, they can speak to the respective RM to whom they are coordinating. If any other issue related to the exchange front, you can get my number through Siddharth and you can talk to me. So if I talk about the contract specification, please understand it very properly. Underlying is BSE Sensex. Asset code what comes to your screen is BSX or a Sensex. Lot size would be 10. As I have told you, the lot size has been reduced from 15 to 10. Notional values if for 75,000 around 7,50,000. Tick size with what comes in the screen is 0.05. Expiry is on every Friday. Single order limit. Single order limit means कि at a time how much lot you can put on it for a trade. That is 50 lots. That is 500 quantity. And number of expiry you will able to create at a one go is a 7 weekly contract and 3 monthly contract. Same is for index. Index you will able to see a strike premium intervals. Everything is same except that the strike intervals you will be getting a 100 index point. And a single order limit is 1,000 quantities, which is approx 100 lots at a time. This is the historical chart in terms of a turnover. What I've discussed you our journey. We have started on 19th May was the first Friday. We started with a 500 crore and 14 June, the volume of this product was 422 lakhs crore volume, which was the highest expiry volume. This is a milestone. Every week, every month, BSE has achieved a new milestone in terms of the volume, in terms of the contract traded, in terms of a premium, in terms of OI, and in terms of the UCC participation. So member have done a huge support, because no member will trade until and unless they are not finding any opportunity. So this is the volume. This is an actual volume. This is an actual trade, and this is the actual UCC which the contribution has started coming from the market, started coming from the industry. Approx, if I talk about 54.69 lakh crore contract traded, and if I talk about the premium turnover, which is approx 30,000 crores, and if I talk about the OI, it is approx 82.5 lakhs lots, which is the peak OI in BSE Sensex, which was on 21st June 2024. The other main indices, if I talk about, because अगर हम बात करते in the industry की और indices trade की, तो वॉल्यूम की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो बैंक निफ्टी में ज्यादा वॉल्यूम होता है कंपेयरिंग टू द निफ्टी. सेम वे अगर हम बैंकेक्स की बात करते हैं तो बैंकेक्स इज आल्सो द सेम प्रोडक्ट एज अ बैंक निफ्टी. We have, as I have briefed you about, we have the 10 banking stocks, which is contributing. The top 5 banking stocks contribute almost 88% of the weightage, in which HDFC have the highest weightage of approximately 22.52%. ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and State Bank of India, and same with the Kotak Bank. So these 4 to 5 banks constitute the higher weightage and the movement of the Bankex product. The same strategy, same movement, everything would be same as the client, that who they are trading with the bank nifty. So whatever the strategies they're using for the bank nifty, they can use the same strategies into the Bankex product. And if I talk about the volume and the liquidity into the Bankex, we have the very good liquidity and depth. And to add on one more thing, to start with, we have the same expiry of a Bankex and Sensex, which is on Friday. But from the 16th of October, on the basis of the feedback of the market, we have changed the expiry day from Friday to Monday, so that on Monday, client can trade into this Bankex product. As we know, the client have the very limited fund. They trade into the one particular index. So they trade into one particular product. So we want to give additional, a product to the market, so that they can let the client trade into the Bankex product with the same volatility. And to brief you about the performance comparison, the historical data with a bank nifty, we have a 99.96% correlation with the bank nifty. So if any of the client is trading into the bank nifty, or if anyway the bank, if anyone is tracking to the bank nifty, the Bankex would be moving on the same direction as as on the basis of the bank nifty, so that they can educate to the client, they can let the client aware the way they can trade into this market. As I have told you, we have shifted from Friday to Monday from the 16th of October 2020. Next slide. This is the contract specification. Underlying is what you can see in your screen is asset code, which will come is BKX or Bankex. The lot size as I've told you, we have reduced from 20 to 15. And if I talk about the notional value, which comes around 8,40,000, keeping into the mind the value of 56,000. Tick size is also same, that is 0.05. Expiry is on Monday. Single order limit is 600 quantities, that is a 40 lot. Number of expiry is 7 weekly expiry and 3 monthly expiry. Everything is same except the strike price interval, same as a Sensex. We have the 100 index point, and single order quantity is 900. This is the performance of a Bankex turnover. What we have done, what we have achieved from 16th of October till date, that is 24th June 2023. The highest volume was 163 lakhs crore. which was an all-time high on 3rd of June. Notional turnover was, I have discussed too, that is a 163 lakhs crore. Contract traded in Bankex is 18.7 lakh crore. Premium was 16,000 crore approx, and the OI was 32.7 lakh OI. So you can see the milestone, you can see the growth, BSE has achieved in indices in last 1 year. With support of our members and with the support of our industry, we have started with the, minimal turnover. We have started with a zero turnover, and we have achieved this turnover. And we request everyone, whosoever is, joined, and whosoever would be speaking to the client, don't see that change where, whether it be BSE or whether it be NSE. Always think the benefit of the client. Wherever they're getting the best of the opportunity, they can trade. In fact, the regulator also want the client should get benefit, because we ourselves have seen the last 2 or 3 years, we have many changes the regulator have done into this industry. The most important change was the interoperability, in which, because earlier what was there, if any of the client is trading in any of the exchange, they need to square off to the particular exchange. But with the benefit of interoperability, they can trade in any of the exchange, and they can execute the trade into the other exchange. They will get the real-time margin benefit, and the position will also get square off. And in fact, the client and the member also need to have the collateral at both the places. With the same collateral, they can trade into the exchange. They can trade into the BSE exchange. They need not to have additional collateral into the BSE exchange. So I request everybody कि एक बार आप लोग प्लीज इसको देखना स्टार्ट करो, अपने आगे क्लाइंट को ये चीज कम्युनिकेट करना start karo. The most important change what BSE has done from the 1st of July, after seeing the success in derivative in indices, BSE has done the changes in a single stock derivative expiry day. We got the feedback from the market, we need to, do certain changes into the single stocks for the participation of the client, for the participation of the industry, because industry also want the other exchange so that the client can trade into the other exchange without any issue. And to add on one more thing, a regulator, in fact, SEBI has initiated another circular, also the client preference circular, in which if any of the client is active in any of exchange, they can trade, they will be activated in all exchanges, all segment. तो आपको जरूरत नहीं है कि क्लाइंट को वापस से किसी भी एक्सचेंज में, सपोज आपने केवाईसी, तो आपको फिर से केवाईसी कराना पड़ेगा. अगर किसी क्लाइंट का आपने ऑलरेडी केवाईसी किसी भी एक्सचेंज में करा रखा है, किसी भी सेगमेंट में करा रखा है, तो वो क्लाइंट बाय डिफॉल्ट सारे उस सेगमेंट में एक्टिव हो जाएगा until unless the client don't give a negative consent that they don't want to activate into the particular exchange or in a particular segment. So from the 1st of July, BSE has done a major changes. We have done the changes in terms of the expiry. Everything is same. All the stocks are same. No, 182 stocks. Next slide, please. Almost 182 stocks is being traded into the NSE. All 182 stocks is available into BSE terminal also. And major changes what we have done is that instead of, as we know, the traditional expiry in equity derivative, if we talk about a single equity derivative contract, it is on the last Thursday of the month. But BSE is what BSE has done. It done the change from last Thursday to the second Thursday of month. It means whatever date fall on the second Thursday, whether it be on 8th, whether it be on 11th, whether it be on 12th, or whether it be on 15th, the expiry of this product, that is a single derivative contract, would be on Thursday. So kindly remember this point. Don't get confused with the 15th of the month. Don't get confused with the end of a month in which other exchange is being exchange expiry is there. BSE, and it is not the 15-day product. We are having the monthly product, but we will be having a second Thursday expiry product. So the first expiry of this product, as we have relaunched this product on keeping the change of expiry on the 1st of July. So on 11, that is tomorrow, we have the first expiry of this product. Secondly, we are providing them as an additional hedging platform where they can let the client trade into this exchange, because NSE also they have the same product and BSE also they have the same product. If any of the client want to trade and want to hedge their position, they can they can hedge while keeping both the exchange into the consideration. If I talk about the transaction charges, what are the benefit? What is the uniqueness in BSE? We are not charging any transaction charge in stock future. There is zero transaction charge in stock future contract. Stock options, we are charging 500 per CR on the premium turnover, which is a negligible turnover. So if I talk about benefit of interoperability and the cross margin, how you can let your client trade into this platform. As I've told you, we are getting the benefit of interoperability of the fund and interoperability of the position. Interoperability of the fund means with the same collateral, you can let your client trade into this प्लेटफॉर्म. आपको बीएससी के लिए एडिशनल मार्जिन नहीं देना पड़ेगा. We have the common clearing corporation. Other most important thing, you will get the calendar spread benefit margin if any of the contract you are trading in a stock futures or stock option in the month contract or into the other exchange you are doing this, taking the spread position, you need not need to give the 100% margin, as you would be charged the calendar spread margin, which is approx 45 to 50% as per the exchange calculation, as per the clearing corporation calculation. Delivery obligation of FNO segment would be net off with the cash segment on the final settlement day. Suppose if any of the client is having the position into the cash, they can the delivery and they have taken the position into the F&O segment, that will be get the net off, that they did not need to go for the delivery thing, that will be get settled easily. This is the calendar expiry calendar. So July, as I have told you, this is how our expiry calendar would be looked for a yearly. So if I talk about July 2024, the expiry day would be 11 July. That is a Thursday, which I have discussed you. That is the second Thursday of a month. We would be having the expiry of the product. August would be on the 8th of August. As I've told you, don't get confused with the date. Always remember the second Thursday, whichever the date it will fall. So August, if I talk about, it would be on 8th of August. September would be 12th of September. October would be 10th of October. November would be 14th of November, and December would be 12th of December. So expiry would fall on any of the day, that is from the 8th to 15th of any of the day, whichever the second Thursday would be there. And if the second Thursday fall on any of the holiday, so we would be considering as a previous working day as an expiry day, as like other expiry of the product. This is the contract specification. If I talk about the underlying, it would be the all eligible equity stocks, same for the future and option. Asset code would be the as per contract master file. आपके टर्मिनल पे जो भी contract master file जब भी आप डाउनलोड करोगे है, तो उसका जो भी एचटीसी का कोड रहेगा, एसेट कोड रहेगा, वो अपने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मास्टर फाइल में जो भी दिखेगा उस नाम से वो आएगा. Lot size, as we know, lot size would be as per contract master file. Tick size would be as 0.05. Contract period would be serial monthly contract. You will be able to see at a time. So everything would be same. जैसा आप अपने NF ट्रेड करते हो सिंगल स्टॉक डेरिवेटिव में, सेम एज इट इज द एवरी BSE में रहेगा एक्सेप्ट द एक्सपायरी डे, चाहे वो आपका अंडरलाइन हो, चाहे आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पीरियड हो, चाहे ट्रेडिंग आवर्स हो, स्ट्राइक इंटरवल्स हो, सभी कुछ एज इट इज रहेगा. Only thing that you need to remember is that कि don't get confused like other product. जैसे हम करेंसी में देखते थे या किसी स्टॉक्स में देखते थे, इफ एनी ऑफ द क्लाइंट इज टेकिंग एनी ऑफ द पोजीशन, सपोज उसने कैश में खरीदा किसी भी स्टॉक्स में, एंड वो उसने काउंटर पोजीशन NSE में लेते हैं, तो दैट पोजीशन विल गेट स्क्वायर ऑफ. बट हियर you will get the margin benefit, but because the expiry days are different, तो दोनों की एक्सपायरी की वजह से आपकी पोजीशन जो है वो स्क्वायर ऑफ नहीं होगी. यू नीड टू रिमेंबर दिस. You have to square off here in BSE separate, and you have to square off the positions here separate. Only the benefit you will be getting as a margin benefit. Minimum strike would be a 15 strike. So you would be able to see 7 in the money contract, one at the money contract, and 7 out of the money contract in options. The parameters for the single stock derivative would be the last trading expiry, that is the second Thursday of each maturity month. Pre-expiry, as like other exchange, they divide the pre-expiry margin for the last 4 working day, prior to the last 4 working day. The same in BSE also, a client would be levied as a pre-expiry additional margin. So here the additional margin would be applicable from Friday, that is Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday would be the expiry of the contract. Settlement type would be the delivery settlement. If any of the client has taken position into the option contract, it would depend on the moneyness of the contract, when it is falling on the expiry day, whether it is coming into the ITM or whether it is coming into the OTM. So the delivery period margin obligation will be applicable if it falls into the ITM position. So you need to explain this client that the same delivery obligation as how they are being charged in NSE. Final settlement price would be the closing value of underlying stocks on the expiry day, considering to the final settlement price. So if I talk about the opportunities, what are the opportunities, the multiple opportunities in this product? First, you are getting the hedging instrument with different expiry cycle. What the member has started, how the member has started using this platform, because the product is same, the expiries are different. So they are able to give 2 expiry benefit of the same product to the client. If any of the client is trading in any of the future contract, they can trade into the 2 expiry. And in the the last 1 week, you'll be able to see lower premium comparing to the monthly premium contract. So with the lower premium, they can help the client and they can let the client take the position, and they can get the opportunity while trading into this BSE platform. They can do cash to future because the n number of multiple opportunities are there. You yourself know better than me. So you can let your client, if any of the client is trading into the cash to future, they can use the same strategy here. Future to future, people do future to future trading also, future to options trading also, options to options also. All the strategies what they are trading into the other exchange platform, they can imply the same position, they can imply the same strategy here in BSE. So आप सब screen, because if this is our first expiry, as I've told you, हमारा 1 July को contract launch हुआ था. And if I talk about the the volume, what is happening in last 10 days, almost 22 to 30 stocks, we are getting the very good rates. We are getting a very good spread. इसमें काफी अच्छा ट्रेड हो रहा है, and people have started participating. In fact, all the good stocks, if I talk about the HDFC की बात कर ले, चाहे ICICI की बात कर ले, Reliance की बात कर ले, चाहे SBI की बात कर ले, Infosys की बात कर ले, तो सारे स्टॉक्स में ट्रेड हो रहा है, and depth is also there. And so I'm not asking any volume. I'm just requesting कि at least आप एक बार try करोगे, आप अपने टर्मिनल पे लगाओगे, ये चीज आगे educate करोगे client को, तो they will start also looking and they will start participating into this product. Because हम एक्सचेंज आपको ये एजुकेट करके चले जाएंगे, बट आगे ये चीज आपको कम्युनिकेट करना है। एंड इनफैक्ट क्लाइंट वुड बी ऑल्सो वेरी हैप्पी बिकॉज आज क्लाइंट इज मोर मच 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 मोर अवेयर देन अस। उनके पास हमसे ज्यादा बेहतर टेक्नोलॉजी है, हमारे पास उनके पास ज्यादा अवेयरनेस है, बिकॉज n numbers of brokers are approaching to them, n number of brokers are educating them। आजकल आज तो फ्री हर चीज हो गया है। अगर आप मोबाइल उठाओ, अगर कुछ भी चीज अगर देखना चाहो तो यू विल गेट इंफॉर्मेशन, फ्लो ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन। तो आप सबसे यही रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप ये चीजें आप अपने क्लाइंट तक पहुंचाए, ताकि क्लाइंट को भी आप उनको बता रहे हो, नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज बता रहे हो, ताकि उनको उनके लिए बेटर हो ये चीजें। अगर हम ओपन पोजीशन की बात करते हैं, एंड ऑफ एक्सपायरी डे दैट इज ऑन थर्सडे, सेकेंड थर्सडे, डिलीवरी ऑब्लिगेशन कैसा होगा। अगर हम फ्यूचर की बात करते हैं, अगर किसी क्लाइंट ने लॉन्ग फ्यूचर किया या कॉल ऑप्शन या पुट ऑप्शन उसने सोल्ड किया, आईटीएम की बात करते हैं, तो जो ऑब्लिगेशन आएगा दैट इज वुड बी द फंड पेबल और सिक्योरिटी रिसीवेबल। सेम एज अगर किसी क्लाइंट ने फ्यूचर को बेचा है, एनी ऑफ द क्लाइंट हैज सोल्ड फ्यूचर, or they have sold ITM call option, or they have bought a put option, ITM put option, तो डिलीवरी जो उनके पास डिलीवरी ऑब्लिगेशंस आएगा, तो सिक्योरिटी डिलीवरेबल्स एज वेल एज अ फंड उनको रिसीव होगा। This would be the physical delivery obligation, what it would be, it would be as it is। मैं आपसे बार बार यही कह रही हूँ कि ये एज इट इज सेम है जो आप एनएससी में आपके क्लाइंट कर रहे हैं। डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज कि ये बीएससी में कुछ अलग होगा। ओनली थिंग इज दैट कि हम आपको एक बार वापस ये सारी चीजें बता रहे हैं, ताकि आप कंफ्यूज ना हो कि बीएससी में ये हमने प्रोडक्ट रीलॉन्च किया तो इसमें डिलीवरी अलग होगी या एक्सपायरी, सिर्फ एक्सेप्ट एक्सपायरी आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट स्पेसिफिकेशन, लॉट साइज, टाइमिंग एंड एवरीथिंग वुड बी same. In fact, delivery obligation would also be same as the other exchange. So these are the major stocks जहाँ पे trade होगा। On a two stock there. Our main focus initially would be the 56 stocks जो indices के part हैं, जो indices को movement जिसके वजह indices में movement होती है, तो वो सारे स्टॉक्स में पार्टिसिपेशन रहेगा, वॉल्यूम रहेगा। तो आप सबको अपने टर्मिनल पे ये सारे स्टॉक्स को लगाना है, एंड स्पेशली मध्य को एटलीस्ट लास्ट 1 वीक को आप ट्रैक करो, जिसने भी हमारा टर्मिनल लगाया, बिकॉज टुमारो इज एन एक्सपायरी ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, मंथली एक्सपायरी ऑफ दिस सिंगल स्टॉक डेरिवेटिव। आप अपने एक बार टर्मिनल पे लगाओ, स्टार्ट ट्रैकिंग दिस प्रोडक्ट। If you yourself are convinced, our work would be solved। हमारा पर्पस एजुकेशन का सॉल्व हो जाएगा। बिकॉज अगर आपको ये प्रोडक्ट समझ में आ गया, आपको ये अपॉर्चुनिटी समझ में आ गया, तो आप अब आगे ये चीज को अपने क्लाइंट को ये चीज एजुकेट कर पाओगे। तो these are the major stocks which would be covering। I would be forwarding this presentation to that। आपको ये presentation next slide से। So this is the major from our side, the initiative, the new things what BSE has done in last 1.5 year। If anybody has any query, any question, please ask from me, we'll get it resolved।
So anyone who has a question, thank you first of all, Ritu ma'am, for sharing all of the insights and explaining all of the factors Sensex के बारे में, Bankex के बारे में, and the upcoming single stock derivative section as well। So I would request everyone, if you have anyone who has a question, you can please mention in the chat box, or you can raise up your hand, we will allow you to speak, or you can also mention in the Q&A as well. Yes ma'am. So there is a question from Mr. Som M. Please provide an example of cross margin benefit.
The cross margin, what is cross margin? If cross margin is a margin, if any of the client has taken position, suppose if I have bought Nifty and I have taken the position in Sensex, I have taken the opposite position in Sensex, automatically the position is hedged। So for the exchange perspective, if any of the client is taking individual position in any of the indices, they would be charged 12 to 13% margin। And if your position is hedged, if you're taking the counter position, as I have told you, we have the common clearing corporation, correct? So it is not like that the BSE is having the other clearing corporation and NSE is having the another clearing corporation। All the collateral, all the margin and everything is coming from the NCL, correct? आपका जो जिस भी क्लियरिंग हाउस से आपका एम्पैनलमेंट है, तो जो margin calculation होगा, it won't be the 100% margin on each particular indices or each particular stocks. It would be done on the basis of the, because your position is hedged. You have taken the counter position in both the indices. So how much the percentage would be, it would depend on the calculation of the clearing corporation. But yes, the 100% margin you don't have to pay for the both the indices or any of the product you are taking into the you're in fact you're taking the position.
So the same person has mentioned that, do you mean buying Nifty and selling BSE future in BSE exchange?
No, not future. You will compare with apple to apple, na. Suppose you are buying Nifty indices to indices, you would be comparing, na. Suppose you are buying Nifty and selling Sensex. Both are indices. There the margin calculation would be different comparing to the other index other product. And suppose if you're buying BSC future any stock and you're selling any NSE future stock, there you'll be getting a cross margin benefit.
Thank you. I hope your question was resolved, Mr. Som. Yes. So anyone else who has a question, you can please mark. Okay, let me check. Yes. So anybody else who has a question, you can either mention in the Q&A box. You can also use the chat box as well. You can either raise your hand. We'll allow you to speak. Yes. So you can speak. I have allowed you to talk.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing all the details. So I just have one question only. So regarding that Bankex trading you mentioned, I do see in the future particularly the liquidity is not that much like 3-4 days before expiry.
Okay. See, if I talk about Soumya Jina, we have the future. We have the less liquidity comparing to the option. If you see the option or whether it be a Sensex or whether it be a Bankex, we have the proper liquidity and depth. So in future, I also agree we have a comparatively lesser liquidity as compared to the option product.
Yeah, so I mean, in the future, like we generally try to trade sometime, like
Okay.
you take a future position and hedge with option. So it is a combination of
Okay.
both.
Okay.
So in
Okay.
for while exiting, there is a liquidity problem, and that is where maybe because when you are hedging with option, you just
Yes.
want to
Yes.
gain some delta. It will not be a huge gain. So in that
Yes.
context, while exiting
Yes.
with not liquidity, whatever we gain delta, we lose there. That's the
Yes,
problem.
yes, actually, so many we are also working, working on the future also because most of the people are doing conversion reversal also, and many of the strategies they are doing it. So we are taking to the members for the participation and creating a more liquidity and depth in the future contract also, so that they can hedge their position or they can, they can make their strategies while using the future contract.
Okay, got it, ma'am. Thank you. And ma'am, one last question. I mean, in the slide you mentioned about some transaction charges and all this. So, I mean, as compared to
Yes.
NSE, is it lesser in BSE in terms of turnover charges or STT
Yes.
or any?
Yes, 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 yes. See, exchange have the specific transaction charge. That is in our whole hand because regulatory charges and SEBI charges, anyways, that would be the common, that would be the same. But in BSC, transaction charges is less. As I've told you, in future, BSC is not taking any transaction charges. And if I talk about the stock in options, also we are taking much lesser transaction charges comparing to the competitor.
Okay, great. And last slide you had about the stock options. You mentioned about the second Thursday of every month.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, so that stock actions, I mean, like you mentioned about Reliance, ICICI, HDFC, and all this.
Yes, yes,
So I
yes,
mean,
yes,
those stocks 3-4 days before the margin keeps getting increased, right? I mean, based on that
yes,
expiry.
yes. See, as per calculation, as आप लोग NSE में भी trade करते होगे, there's always a pre-expiry period margin, correct?
Yes,
Last
yes.
4 days, your margin get increased. Like जैसे दूसरे exchanges में होता है. I'll share you the calculation. I think first day the 10% of the total margin, 25%, 45%, 75%, and 100% margin calculation. Correct. जो last 4 days में आप देखोगे Friday से in BSC because our contract is getting expire on Thursday. So from Friday, your margin will start increasing.
Okay, got it. No, I mean it is same. I think in NS similar.
Everything is same. मैंने बताया ना, there's nothing difference. Only in single stock derivative we have changed the expiry day. जो month end जो traditional expiry day जो NSE का Thursday, second Thursday कर दिया है. Rest everything would be same.
Okay, got it. And here, whatever we do, like, I mean, I have not checked personally, but is there any kind of a liquidity issue, or it is enough liquid in terms of stock
Sir,
option?
I'll brief you what it's a newborn baby product. It's just a 11-day product. So we
Okay.
have started, and initially in 26 stocks, the participation has started coming. So in terms of the spread, everything is good. And the volume, if I talk about the volume, much like indices, we don't have the much because it's just a 11-day product. Slowly the volume and the slowly the depth has started creating this product.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for answering all these questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Som, and thank you, Ritu ma'am, for
Thank you very much.
answering all of these questions. So I'm just taking a last call for these questions, and then we can wrap it up. So anybody else who has a question, you can let us know through the chat box Q&A. Okay, somebody else has raised the hand. Mr. Kulbir ji.
हेलो,
Good evening, sir.
गुड इवनिंग। अभी जो ये कह रहे हैं कि लोट साइज इंक्रीज हो जाएंगे, 25 से 30 लाख का बन जाएगा एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर, उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट आएगा मार्केट पे?